Hi Leos, this is Tarot-blee Accurate. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new, welcome. I hope you come back. If you are returning, thanks so much for coming back. I appreciate your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your comments. I always try to get back to you as soon as I can on those. Excuse me. For those of you who would like to see daily card readings, those are now posting on Facebook every day. So you just have to like the Tarot-blee Accurate page, and I think they just show up in your daily feed. So we're going to do this the same way we always do it. We'll do career. We will do money. We will do your health, your home life, your family, and then singles love, couples love, and a week-by-week breakdown. So let's just get to it, So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What's going on for you in regards to your career this month, April 14th through May 14th. So you may be closing your eyes to prevent yourself from either seeing some hard truths or from making a decision. You feel like you might be emotionally too invested in the outcome, and so you're maybe not making a decision that requires a ton of thought because you're afraid that you might be overthinking it, that you might be feeling it out instead of thinking it out. What's your advice in regards to that? Whoa. The Fool card, and he was real adamant about jumping out there. He's saying, be optimistic, be sunshine, be happiness. Go ahead and take risks as long as, you have someone around you who cares about you, that's not going to let you do something that's entirely stupid or foolish. But, if it makes you happy, if it makes you excited to do it, go ahead and do it. But just be a little bit cautious and rely upon other people to remind you whether or not what you're doing is entirely frivolous and risky. Now, in regards to money, what's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? We have the Lovers card. We have the Five of Cups card. And we have the Seven of Swords card. Now, in regards to money, you may come into a partnership. You may have a friend who offers you an opportunity. You may have a partner who kind of starts taking over some of your bills or offers to help you out, or maybe you marry well, something like that. But, it might not actually help if you're really, really focused on lack instead of what you have. Now, I would caution you that somebody may try to steal from you, and it could be somebody that you perceive to be a close friend or a lover, and that'll really break your heart. So you need to be careful about that. Guard your things. You can't be too cautious this month. You really need to see things outside of your own scope. Open your eyes to what's going on around you. Okay, so if you're inviting people into your home, be careful about that. Be careful about trusting people this month. I hate to say it, but it could be true for some of you. I mean, it's a general reading, but that's a little bit scary. It's probably somebody of the opposite sex, actually, too. Or somebody that has, so maybe if you're female and it's another female, she has masculine qualities, or vice versa. If you're a male and then you have another male over that's a friend in your home, he or she might have female qualities or be of a female related sign, astrologically, their sun sign. Okay. So in regards to your health, what's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising this month, April 14th through May 14th? We have the Judgment card. We have the Page of Cups. The Judgment card was in reverse, by the way. And then the Ace of Wands. So, nobody was really telling you what to do. Nobody was judging you if you weren't going to the gym, if you weren't following a diet plan, if you weren't seeking out therapy, if you weren't doing things like that. But you yourself were kind of judging you. And you're feeling a little bit crazy. You're feeling a little bit emotionally frustrated. But I think by the time that the month ends, you find a new way. You figure it out. You start a new path, and it has a lot of rewards for you. It brings you a lot of stability, and it generally just makes you happier. So that's really good. The sooner you can do that, the better you're going to feel, and the less emotional ick you're going to feel, so that's really good. Now, in regards to your home life, you might not be working on things within the home or within your family, like could be with your children. You might not be helping them out with homework as much. You might not be going to help your elderly parents do things as much as maybe you used to. You're just a little bit lazy right now, like within the home. Why is that? Well, part of it is because you just don't feel like it, because you are thinking about other things. It's just the last thing on your mind. You don't have the mental energy to apply to it. And then some of you are just irritated because, you know, that a-hole stole something from you. So that could play out either way. What's your advice in regards to this? To realize that things are not as bad as they seem, that everything happens for a reason, that a lesson is always learned, and it's usually to help you along your karmic path, to get you to a higher level, to help you ascend and things like that. Maybe it's a lesson of forgiveness. Maybe it's like a lesson of finding balance in your life, not applying yourself to things too hard. Maybe it's a lesson in delegation, finding someone to help you out with those tasks because you're stretched too thin or because they don't bring you joy, you know. Maybe you just hate doing that ish, and so you find someone to help you and you're much happier as a result. Now, in regards to single Leos, what's coming down the pipe for you, April 14th through May 14th? And we have, oh, awesome! Deep emotional connection. You might meet your soulmate this month, or you might reconnect with a soulmate or twin flame, something like that. But definitely deep emotional bonding. And so if it doesn't work out for you that way, check your moon sign. Check your attitude too, see what you're attracting to yourself. But then also, this could be deep bonding friendships as well. So what else? You know, I think this person that you meet, or this person in your life that comes into your life, is like finally a person that you can trust, that will not hurt you, that is clear and honest and direct and assertive, and you love it. You love that. Like, you don't really have to be in fear with this person, and that's really good. What else? But you know what? Things might not pan out exactly the way you want them to initially. Things might not move ahead as fast as you want them to in this, but a connection is starting, it's forming. And, you know, I think that for those of you, if this is in regards to a past love and you hurt them, you will not get them back. That's what it's saying. But for those of you that you're meeting a new person, you just really want to show your Leo side of yourself. You want to show them that you're exciting, you're creative, you have your stuff together, you are sunshine, and you are happiness, and you are funny. And you are maybe a little bit superstitious. But, you know, like, that's the mystery there for you. You just want to exude your Leo-ness. So if it's a soulmate coming back into your life, it's probably not, and you really hurt them, you disappointed them, you're not going to win at this. But if it's somebody new, it could be fun, it could be exciting, but it might not move at the speed that you want it to move, okay? Now, for those of you who are Leos and you are coupled, what's coming for you, April 14th through May 14th? And we have the Emperor in reverse, the Five of Cups, and what else? The Moon in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So your partner is maybe just not feeling themselves. They're not feeling very good about themselves. They've kind of lost their passion. They've lost their excitement. They're just like really down on themselves. And that's kind of causing you to start to lose connection with them. It's causing you to like not get the emotional fulfillment that you need from them, because if they can't love themselves, they're having a hard time loving you and like finding the joy in that. And it's not about you, it's about them, but it totally sucks. Now, it's not even about like superstition or anything like that. I don't feel like there's trust issues here. But I do feel like your partner is having a really difficult time, especially if they're in Aries, especially then. They're having a really difficult time getting the help that they need. They're starting to be open to that, but they don't even know where to turn. Now, it's like all of a sudden, for somebody who is maybe typically like very stern and unfeeling, they're having a lot of feelings and they just don't know how to deal. They might be going through a little bout of a depression or something like that, and that's kind of hard for a Leo to stick by because, you know, you want to have fun, you want to be happy, you want to find the joy in things, and they're just kind of bringing you down a little bit. So what's your advice in regards to that? And it's saying, you know, don't let their depression like suck you in. Try not. It's not to say not to have empathy or compassion, but make sure that you find your own joy and happiness anyway, you know? And that's not saying go cheat or anything like that. I don't mean that by any means. I'm just saying, you know, like when you're not together, when you go to work, make the most of it. Like be happy. And when you're home, like do your own thing. Like be compassionate, be a good listener, but don't let their mood affect your mood, you know? Some of you might just like decide instead to be focused on your own thing. And it's funny because, you know, that's what we were talking about as that jumped out. I think that's a good way to go. Don't be taking like a lot of rests and breaks from things that you're thinking about doing, things that you want to do right now, things that make sense for you. Now, breaking this down into a week by week basis for all Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising people, what's going on for you April 14th through April 21st. And we have the Six of Swords, the Two of Cups is a challenge, and then your Four of Cups in reverse as your advice. Now, you've been doing a lot of thinking. You've been thinking about moving forward in one direction or another. This could be an actual physical move. This could just be leaving something behind and going forward in your mind. Like it could be like a healing process where you're like, you know what, I'm over this person. I'm going to do my own thing. I want to find happiness. You're leaving things that sucked and you're going towards something better. You're like in search of that. You're trying to like reduce your stress and move forward. Now, the challenge in that is going to be to forge connections with other people, to stay connected with other people, to meet new people and create deep bonds with them, because you might be too much in your head and not enough in your heart right now. And, you know, sometimes what people are offering you, like what they have to give you, what they're saying is like, look, I want to do this nice thing for you. You might right now kind of be like, well, why though? You know, you might be superstitious. You might be like, well, what's your motive? And it might actually just be altruism. They might just be wanting to do nice things for you because they like you, because they feel connected to you, because that's what's in their heart, because, you know, it brings them happiness to make you happy, to see you smile. And so that's really cute. Be thankful and gracious and express gratitude for that if that happens. Now, March 22nd, why did I say March? I mean April 22nd through April 28th, we have the Ace of Swords as your challenge card. Whoa. We also have the King of Pentacles as your challenge card. But what's the general energy? It's kind of all popping out sideways here. Your general energy is, drum roll please. There it is, the Queen of Swords. And then your advice for April 22nd through the 28th, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is your advice that week? Here it is. Five of Pentacles. Okay. So, you might be like, okay, I've gone through a lot of challenges. I've grown up a lot. I've experienced a lot of things. I know better. I know what to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say, okay, you can come along with me, but only if I can trust you. And you're saying, okay, I know what it is I have to do. I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to put my mind to it. I'm going to try to create stability with whatever this is. And but your challenge, your advice is to be open to receive help from other people. So as a Leo, I can tell you exactly what this means in my life. It's that I need to send my son to a specialty school because he has dyslexia. And we just figured that out. I knew there was a problem with his reading. But now I'm like, okay, who's on board to help? Who isn't? Like, Dad, are you going to help? Grandparents, are you going to help? Like, my mom, are you going to help? Like, these are the things I need to do. And if you're not on board, I don't want to deal with you right now because I have a lot of work to do. I need to apply to get him into school. I need to figure out how I'm going to come up with $26,000 to send him to this school when he was going to free school before, public school. I need to figure out how am I going to increase my stability and my income in order to do what I know is right. But my advice is to not shut myself down and like ignore opportunities and help from other people that are coming in. So that's next week. That is April 22nd through the 28th. Now that can play out for any of you in a different way, but definitely kind of just saying, okay, I know who to trust. I know who not to. I have learned a lot of lessons. I'm smart. Now I'm driven. I have a goal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the thing that I know is right, what needs to happen. But at the same time, I also need to figure out how to ensure that things are stable, that they go smoothly. But your advice is that they're going to go the smoothest. They're going to go the best way for you if you're able to receive help that exists for you. So for me, that would be like applying for scholarships, right? Make sense? Okay. Now moving on to April 29th through May 5th, what's going on for all of you? Let's see here. A lot of cards that are just kind of jumping around in here. We have Seven of Cups in reverse. Whoa, where did that one go? Five of Swords as your challenge. And what is your advice this week? Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this week you feel like maybe things are kind of black and white. Like you don't have a choice. You're like, this is how it's going to go. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to hesitate. I'm going to do it. If you don't like it, too effing bad. This is my decision. I'm doing it because I know that it's right. It's for the higher good. It's kind of piggybacking on the week before. And you're saying, you know what? Who gives an F about the past? Who gives a crap about things from the past? Because the past has nothing to do with the now. What we are dealing with right now is the present and the future, and I'm planning for that, and I don't care if you don't like it. Too effing bad. It's black or it's white. If you're not going to help me make this decision, if you're not going to be on board, if you are not going to support me in this, I'm just going to do it myself because I'm a Leo and I am independent and I will roar. For Leo, sometimes it takes you a while to get irritated to the point where, like I always think about that story where it's like a mouse and there's a lion and he's like walking all over his face and he's kind of just like, sleeping and like shaking his face or wagging his tail, kind of just like this. And then one day, all of a sudden, the mouse is like crawling around on top of the lion and he just like swallows him. He just goes roar and eats him. That's how Leos are sometimes. It takes a lot to get you to the point where you roar, but when you roar, like you'll claw a mother effer's face off. You just takes a while to get you there, but you get there. So then this would be, is this the 6th, May 6th through the 14th? I feel like I might have skipped a week, the 29th through the 5th. So we're going to take this as the 29th through the 5th. So if I already did it, sorry, I apologize. We'll do it twice though, extra information. So you're not going to be making any huge changes right now. You might be planning on them, but you're not actually making them right now. You are really looking for a way to find stability and grace and just like feeling like you have your ish together this week. This is definitely a card of the home and like finding happiness within your home, like knowing that your bills are paid, that you helped out your kids with their homework, that you're kind of on top of the world. But it's kind of like the Stepford wife card. I always feel like you just feel like, oh, well, I feel great. I look cute today, and I vacuumed my living room. Stuff like that. It's kind of a funny energy, but that's kind of what it's about. Like, just try to stay on top of things because you'll feel better. You know, be like la-ti-da this week. If you can do that, your advice card is to remember that your luck will always change. And things might not be going the way that you want them to right now, but justice will be served. Like, in the end, what is right will transpire, you know? Karma's cool. You give good out to the world, good comes back to you. And it may not come back to you in the exact situation or with the same exact people, but it comes back to you in other ways, and it's awesome, you know? It's more fun when it's instant karma, right? When you get to see that immediately, but this is saying it might not be instant, but your luck is changing. Things are going to work out pretty well for you, so that's good news. Now, finally, May 6th through the 14th, what's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? We have, this is such a funny card. It's been coming up in a lot of signs this month. We have and I feel like it came up in our daily tarot readings as well on Facebook, but the Five of Wands in reverse, the Two of Cups again. That's so interesting. And it's again as a challenge. Let's find out why. The Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Okay. So remember when I was talking about singles and you might meet your soulmate or forge a deep connection with someone? I feel like if that's likely to happen for you this month, it's going to be May 6th through the 14th when that really does happen. So I feel like you're actually being a better listener than usual this week, which is a good thing. And people are actually listening to you a little bit more this week. But your challenge is to make those deep connections. For some reason, some of you don't really want to like emotionally attach and pour out emotions with other people. And it's not that you don't want to share with them. It's just like you have other stuff to think about. What you're really thinking about is your stability, is your home life, is trying to get things happy and perfect and joyous there before you start diving into something very emotional, because when your emotions are all over the place, sometimes your stability and your happiness in your home go like a little bit awry. But your advice is that it's okay. Move forward with this. There are blessings here, a lot of growth, a lot of excitement, a lot of fun. So if you're not spending time developing these kind of relationships, you should be. Okay? So if you'd like a personal private reading, all of my information is in the description box below. But otherwise, until next time, bye, Leos. Mwah!